Welcome back to a new video. So we are back to 8-8, trying to get over that 500 mark and actually stay above it. We are playing the Red Sox in our next game. We made a lot of trades this year, so we got Spencer Torkelson that we got from Detroit, Dylan Dingler also from Detroit, Parker Meadows also from Detroit, Brian Rocchio, and Carlo Manzardo we also got from Cleveland. So we're just basically taking all the good players from the AL Central and bringing them over to the AL East, which is, one strategy. But Chandler Simpson is continuing to potentially push for a record for stolen bases. He already has 27 on the year, so we definitely want to keep him healthy, which so far so good. I don't know if that's something that he'll randomly get hurt with all of the stolen bases he's trying to do. But yeah, we're just going to start getting into this one. So we are 2 outs here at the end of the first inning here. And we're just going to be swinging away. Not a good thing. Of course he gets caught stealing. The fastest guy in the league, caught stealing. We did force him to steal, but you know what? That's all right. So wait, that's an error? And he's at first? Oh, it's just nothing. Okay. Does that really count as an error when it's a foul ball? I didn't know that. I didn't know you can get an error on a foul ball like that, but I guess you can. All right, so into the second inning, he, I guess, got a hit and got thrown out. That's a little weird. So nobody's on base now, but we're into the bottom of the second now. 1 out, 2 outs, and now unfortunately 3 outs there into the bottom, or into... Oh, we're still in this inning. What am I? I am having a stroke. All right, now we're in the top of the third. So 1 out, 2 outs, and now 3 outs. So in the bottom of the third here, Parker's up. He's out. We get a guy on first base, which is hilarious. The guy batting 174 gets walked. Decent speed, but we're not going to try to steal with him. Catcher has shown that he's an absolute beast. Connor Wong is unfortunately absolutely no fun for us. And it looks like Chandler does not have out of the infield type power. Into the fourth inning, he's only at 30 pitches, so he's at a crazy good pitching pace right here, and right now he's continuing that, so you love to see it. So I have to take Jonathan out of the game, I think. Or no, that was their player. Okay, I thought Jonathan might have got hurt somehow there. Spencer flies out there. Don't like to see that. Brandon Lowe is up and rolls into a double play. So we do get our first base hit of the inning, but nothing much else happening to there. Drew is at a really good pace right now, so hopefully that continues. I'm quite nervous that he's just going to randomly give up a home run as per what is the usual with our team. But that's 1 out for us. Brian Rocchio gets on base. You'd love to see that. Good stealing ability, but not the best speed, so we're going to leave him there. And it looks like Parker Meadows is going to hit a single up the middle. So now we have something good happening. We have our worst hitter in the lineup with his 174 average. He did hit a home run, I believe, in the last game, and he's going to hit another home run now. So he might be breaking out of his slump. That's quite massive because he is our weakest hitter, and he's also, our third baseman. So we kind of just need him to be a consistent enough player so he can be there. So Brian Seymour is going to make it to first base. Bobby Seymour, sorry. He has good stealing ability, but no speed. Chandler Simpson is going to get a single there. He's not going to be able to get any stolen bases, unfortunately, but he's going to keep that average up. You love to see that. Jonathan is back up, and he is going to get hit by a pitch, charge the mound, fight him. Spencer Torkelson is up with the bases loaded with 1 out, 70 power, and he is going to get walked, which, I guess that counts as an RBI for him. Brandon Lowe, same situation, 65 power. A little bit better contact, but he is going to strike out looking. So we're up to 4 runs in this inning, so we love to see that. But Dylan Dingler is going to really break open this game, so you really love to see that. A 3-run triple, so that is kind of crazy. So we have 7 runs this inning. Brian Rocchio, I believe this is his second at-bat this inning, but he is going to get out in his second at-bat. So moving on to the next inning, he's still only at 59 pitches, and with such a big lead, we're really going to try to just get him through this whole game if we can. Oh, they get a run. So his shutout is done, but he's at 73 pitches, so he has struggled now this inning, but he might be able to get through another inning, which would be always massive. The more innings you get from your starter, the better. So then Christopher Morel, he's turning it around. He had a home run, and now he is having a single, so His average jumped up 70 points to just those 2 hits. So now we get a, I guess that's an error? What happened there? I guess they call that a single? That is a very weird animation. So Chandler Simpson has 2 hits today, but he has people in front of him, so he can't get a stolen base. Jonathan is back up, and he is going to get a sacrifice fly. So now there's 2 outs, a guy on first and second, so their 1 run that they scored, we were able to get back. Spencer, unfortunately, is going to pop out there, but we still have a massive lead. So Drew is up to 78 pitches into the 7th inning. He's going to give up a single, get the first out, get the second out, and get the 3rd out there. Brandon Lowe is up. He's going to open up the inning on a single. This coffee is also extremely delicious. You can't go wrong with a nice hot cup of coffee. But Brandon Lowe is there at first base. First out there. Brian Rocchio is up. He gets the 2nd out, and Parker Meadows is up, and nothing happening for us this inning with that little dribbler to the pitcher. So he's at 102 pitches, so unfortunately his day is going to be done. Carlos Luna does not have the best energy, but did we throw with a 7-run lead? I kind of want to let these guys catch more rest and maybe just burn Carlos out just a little bit more. Could be the play. It might not work out for us, but at the same time, with a 7-run lead, we can kind of just let him just eat some innings for us. We'll see if that's a correct strategy. Get him to throw his 2 innings, let the other relievers rest a little bit, which is a fantastic thing to be able to do. We haven't really been able to do that, have days off where the relievers don't really have to do much. But Chandler Simpson is up. He's not able to get on base. It might be one of his few games this year where he hasn't gotten a stolen base. He actually got caught stealing too. So Carlos Luna is up. He's got good stamina. It's the last inning here. They do get a single. They get another guy on base. Carlos, you have a 7-run lead, so you are just going to be suffering through, which thankfully it wasn't too much of a suffering for him. So as we're moving to the next game, we are back above 500, which you love to see. And in that game, it was especially useful because he was able to eat enough innings and we were able to get a big enough lead to where we were able to let all of our other relievers get a rest. Besides Carlos, who got some extra work in, which he is slowly kind of impressing me. He might make his way back into the rotation. We have 3 guys that are kind of sneaky right now. So, they might turn it around, but Carlos is kind of making a case that he might be that dude. He might be that guy. So we will see. Taj Bradley is up. We'll see if we get another good outing. It looks like he's going to start out on a bad note with a double to start out the inning. Gets 2 outs there and gives up another hit there, but it does not score a run, but he does get out of that inning. So through a lot of pitches you don't like to see, Chandler Simpson is going to get on base with a double. I feel like he's had a hit in almost every game today. I can't believe that's not a triple there. He's going to try to steal a 3rd. He's a little bit too scared. So we're going to go ahead and let Jonathan hit a single there. He has to watch it drop, so he's not able to score there, which kind of stinks. But we have no outs, so guys on first and third, and our best hitter, hopefully, is up. Let him hit a bomb. Nope, he strikes out. You love to see it. Carlos Manzardo is up with his 184 average. It is time for him to start working that average up. So he hits a base hit. He scores the first run of the game. So we are doing a pretty good job against Boston right now. We got guys on first and second with no outs. Dylan Dingler is up, but he is going to fly out there. Apparently he hit that 109 miles an hour, which is insane. Does not seem correct if you hit it that hard that it just goes straight to there, but I guess depending on the launch angle, but doesn't seem correct. A walk there, bases loaded here. Parker Meadows is up. Let's see if he's able to clutch it. He is. He's breaking this game open with a single here. So we are getting some run support immediately in this game, which is going to really help out our starting pitching and really just our team in general. So 3-run lead moving into the top of the second inning. So nothing much happening after that point, but a ton happening prior to that. Does give up a single to start the inning, gets the first out, gets the second out, and he does work through the second inning without giving up a run. Curtis Mead is up with his 100 average. He's actually at shortstop, which I didn't realize. I guess he could potentially play. Doesn't seem like he actually can, but we're just going to roll with it for this game. He strikes out swinging there. Chandler Simpson is back up. He hits a triple, so no stolen bases for him. The game is trying to nerf his stolen bases by just giving him triples and doubles. every at bat. He almost hit a home run. Just kind of crazy to see, but we have a guy on third base with 1 out. Jonathan is up, and he is able to hit a single and get that runner home. So Chandler has actually scored twice this game already, and it's only 2 at bats. So you'd love to see that. He is a little bit tired though, so slightly tired. So he is actually someone, so nobody else is tired in our lineup. If we continue to play really well this game, that could be someone that we just sub out at some point just to give him some rest since we already have a 4-run lead. But, and Carlos Manzardo, all right, 2 for 2 and a home run. So what we are actually going to do, so Chandler Simpson, he's already had 2 at-bats. We're up 6 runs. What we're going to do is go to our substitutions. He's at decent stamina right now, but what I want to do is just make sure that, he is as fresh as possible for a game that matters. So Brandon Lowe, I don't mind that he is a bit tired. So we're going to let Brandon Lowe finish out the game for left field for there, because apparently we are just going to absolutely destroy the Red Sox, which you'd love to see. Morel is up, but he gets out. So now we are on to the 3rd inning. Taj Bradley has tons of run support. He's at 35 pitches now, 40 pitches, 47 pitches, and I wish it would show you how many pitches your pitcher was at when you were at bat. I suppose you could probably look somewhere, but Parker Meadows is up, and he gets walked there at the first batter of the inning. He's going to go ahead and steal second. Bobby Seymour is up with his .250 average, but he grounds out, but he does move the runner to third, so he has a productive at-bat, which you'd love to see. Curtis Mead is up with his .097 batting average, but he is able to hit a sacrifice fly, so he has another productive at-bat, so we're able to hit some small ball and get the guys across from second to third to home, so you'd love to see that. This coffee is still delicious. Brandon Lowe is up, taking over for Chandler Simpson because he is slightly tired and we have a 7-run lead. So I'd rather have Chandler be just get a little bit more rest than Brandon Lowe. But looks like Taj is going to get the walk in the first batter of the inning. Gets the first out, gets the second out, and gets the third out. So he is kind of dealing this game. So our team is kind of turning it around. Maybe the Red Sox are just bad. Who knows? But we have a 7-run lead going into the top of the 5th inning here. Taj Bradley is only at 72 pitches, so he will almost assuredly be able to get through this inning unless he has a total collapse. But it looks like he is not having that collapse. So we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Not much happening with the first or second out here. We do get a walk here with 2 outs. Parker is going to steal second base. 2 outs. Why not let him try to steal third? A little bit too scared. Bobby Seymour is going to get out with a guy on second base, but we do have a 7-run lead, so you can't really complain too much about that. He has 10 strikeouts. I did not realize how many strikeouts that he had this game. This is 11 strikeout, 12 strikeout, and oh, it's a fly out. I thought he might have struck out the side there. So Taj might get through another inning. I guess we'll see how many pitches he is at. Curtis Mead is up, and unfortunately he gets out. Brandon Lowe is up, and he gets out. And Jonathan is up and he gets out. But we still have that 7-run lead. He's at 95 pitches. So what we're going to do is just let him throw this inning until he gets someone on base, which there it is. So he got the first out. He gets into the second out. I really could just bring Carlos in. He only has 4% stamina. That would be pretty funny. So what we can do is continue to let these guys get some rest and just use the same guys that have been getting fatigued and just bring in Garrett Clevenger again because we have such a large lead. And just hope that there isn't some sort of major collapse. We still have a 7-run lead. We still have a 5-run lead. I'm a little nervous now, and now it's cut down a lot. So Garrett is collapsing. So they cut the lead down significantly. So that risk is not paying off so far. Hopefully we're able to get some offense going. We haven't had any scoring since the 3rd inning. And it looks like that trend is going to continue into the top of the 8th. So we are here. He is at 27 pitches, so he is completely out of stamina, which you don't like to see. But we can bring in someone that has some good stats and some good stamina. Phil is going to try to lock down this game for us. We got 2 outs there, and he does get the 3rd out there. No, that was only 2 outs. Sometimes I always get confused about that. Liam Hendricks is in. Christopher Morel is going to fly out, though. A single by Parker Meadows. He's had a really good day so far. I don't know how many hits he's had, but his average is up to 400. So I'd imagine that he's had at least two or three today. Bobby Seymour is up. He is 0 for 3 on the day. He has a guy in second base, so let's see if he's able to do something. He is not, so he strikes out looking. We still have a guy in third. Curtis Mead is going to hit a base hit, so barely got it through, but it's going to get our lead back up to 3, which you'd love to see. Brandon Lowe is up, and he is actually going to hit a home run, so he is taking the disrespect of not having the start today and mashing a home run, making Chandler Simpson's day off seem to be the perfect timing for that. He actually has 16 RBIs and 5 home runs, so I think he was just getting a normal day off as well. So we have Jonathan that is up and is now 10-5. So Phil is back up, so we're no longer in a save situation, so we're going to go ahead and keep him in and hope that he's able to just quickly work through this inning. We don't care about that guy on third. We got 2 outs here, and now we have 3. So we are actually dominating the Red Sox, which is kind of crazy. We did have that mid-inning collapse where they got 5 runs, but we scored 10. So, I mean, when your offense is doing that much, then there's not much you have to really worry about that. Bobby Seymour is not really doing much. He did hit that 1 home run, but he hasn't done much since then, and he only plays first base. He is 26 years old, so he's actually someone that we could look to just kind of deal, just to make sure that we have enough guys. We have guys that have more utility on our major league roster, but potentially we could see if there's someone that is there for us. So it looks like we can get some decent pitching. We can grab someone like this guy, thoracic outlet syndrome. He's in single A right now. I guess because he was at a rehab assignment, most likely. Sam Bachman is someone that's interesting with that 4-star potential. So we'll move down, because we can bring someone up from AAA to fill in that slot. So the Spencer Bachman, I think that's honestly the route that we're going to go. So we're going to go ahead and grab him. We're going to look at our pitching here and see if there's anyone that we really just need to worry about dropping down. Garrett Clevenger absolutely collapsed in that last game. He honestly did bad in his last game as well. So in 3 games, he has an 11 and a 6 ERA. So we're going to see if we can actually demote him, and we can bring... Where's Bachman? We can't find a Bachman. We lost him. Where is he actually? where is our man? He's in AA? What is this? All right, that's a little goofy. All right, he's going right to the majors. That's actually kind of hilarious that... is he in the minors? I guess he was in the minors for them. But we'll leave him in the bullpen for now. He's very similar. So Carlos Luna, he's kind of working his way to potentially being a starter. If we have, Ryan Pepio, he gets another chance. Zach Littell, he's getting another chance. But if these guys are continuing to struggle, then guys like Carlos and Sam Bachman are waiting in the wings to make their way up. So we'd love to see that. We also can bring up a player from AAA to fill in a spot. So we dropped down, or we traded the first baseman. It's 26-year-old first baseman who's not really the most useful for us. Johnny DeLuca is only batting 214. He is batting 415 at bats. Having the shortstop, though, could be useful. Xavier Isaac can play some outfield, can only play first base. So that kind of leaves us with the same problem. He's only 21, so there is that potential of just leaving him down there. He can only play left field, which is kind of weird. But he is 28, and he is batting pretty well. Josh Lowe, he's batting 385 down there. He can play all of the outfield positions. So I kind of feel like we bring up Eloy Jimenez. He has terrible speed. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to bring up Josh Lowe. And since he's already 28, we're going to try to shop him around, since he honestly doesn't really have a spot for us right now. We have enough people that can play the outfield, so we might be able to grab someone for him if there is any interest. So we can grab someone like a Mitch Keller, even though he's kind of expensive. Could be a decent pickup. Jung Ho Lee is expensive. they always want to trade him. In any file that I've ever had in this game, the Giants always want to trade Jung-Hoo Lee, and I don't understand that because I don't view him as that bad. Keibert Ruiz, I've never seen him ever stay as a 2.5 star for more than like a season, and his contract is kind of crazy. But it always seems like it's like a trap trade every time that he's available. So Jung-Hoo Lee is interesting because does he have decent speed? He has decent speed, and that would help solidify an outfield position where Chandler Simpson could just play left field and would give us an actual like certifiable center fielder. So I feel like that might be the play, even though he is kind of expensive. I feel like, and he's batting .310, so he has a good average this year. Let's see if they can retain some of their salary. We'll say 90%, and we can throw him another player. We can throw him Josh Lowe. That's interesting. So we're going to throw Josh Lowe in there, see if they just keep the whole contract. Can we throw him another player? And they will keep the whole contract. So, I mean, I feel like this is a good trade for us. Of course, our team's always leaning against any trade that we want to do, but we get Jung-Hoo Lee for free. So we have a contract for 100% paid off. So you'd love to see that. Chandler Simpson is going to go back to, I guess, Parker Meadows as well as a center fielder. But he's learning right field rapidly. So we're going to put him at left field. We're going to put Brandon Lowe at DH. And Jung-Hoo Lee, we're going to plop him in at center field. So I think this will be a better defensive team overall as well. Especially as Parker develops. He has a ton of potential there in right field. So you'd love to see that. With his .310 average, his average, I mean, we have some guys that are mashing up there. Dylan's batting well for us. Rocchio's batting well for us. So we got him. He's batting a little bit better for us. Spencer, we kind of need him not to be batting 190. That's a little concerning. So what we're going to do is actually change Brandon Lowe up to there and move Spencer Torkelson down and just get Jung-Hoo Lee. We're going to get him to the 5 spot. Dylan Dingler, a little, I don't know if I really want him that high. So we're going to move, so we'll move Spencer Torkelson with Brandon Lowe, and then Jung-Hoo Lee, we'll move him up to the 5th spot. We'll keep Parker Meadows there in the 8th spot. So I'm starting to really like our lineup overall. Obviously, the last couple of games, our offense has been really good. Our bullpen continues to be really good, so you'd love to see that. Our starting pitching is a little bit scary, so we need to hopefully improve that. We do have, some potential, at least one guy in AAA that can come up. We have a reliever that's going to go down and get some work. So we have Joe Rock that came up and got rocked actually he pitched pretty well, I guess, but he had a lot of walks there. So we have some potential guys that are going to be able to come up to the major league level. I think we do need to clean up our minor league roster a little bit. So we're going to look at AAA and get some of these older players out that we don't really need, that probably aren't going to make it up to that top level. And I think, let's get rid of those guys. We'll do that for all our team. So I generally like to keep a little bit less on each minor league roster. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I feel like if you have guys that are up there, especially guys that are older that aren't really ever going to make the major league roster typically, then they are just kind of stealing time and at-bats from people that are have a higher likelihood of having some sort of potential. So if there's like 26, I don't generally worry about it. But like here, we got 30. We can get rid of some of these guys, especially, he's 26 in Arizona instructional ball. See if there's anyone else. Especially like relievers. There's an infinite amount of relievers in this game. So you're never going to run out of that as far as prospects go. And then while we're here, let's look at free agents to see. Apparently he got released. Why is he? What happened? Released by the New York Yankees and by the Athletics. What? Why? He even pitched that bad. That's crazy. So maybe he did some bad things IRL. Maybe I don't know. But we'll just grab some of these guys. So we don't. I guess we can offer him a contract, a minor league contract. I'm fine with that. We got the money now. I generally don't like doing that just because it takes an extra couple of clicks, which is not really the best reason. But yeah, there's a ton of these guys for whatever reason that are decent potential, decent age. But go ahead and grab a bunch of them. Why not? Especially if they're starting pitching. That's always nice. There's always a lot of young relievers that are just kind of chilling free agency. But even like a starting pitcher like that, we're going to go ahead, even though he's older, is kind of crazy. So it's going to bloat our minor league teams a little bit. But I mean, if they're good enough. All right, so we're going to go ahead and offer everyone there a minor league contract. And basically, I kind of don't really worry too much about negotiating. If there are, we're just going to get some of these starting pitchers that are just chilling here. If they just want minor league contracts, we will give them minor league contracts. Especially, you know, he's only 28, so the chance of them regressing is a little bit less. So yeah, we'll just throw them. So we're gonna be a little bloated, I suppose, in the minors, but why are these people, who is releasing these people? The Giants release them, and then the Dodgers release them. Like, are these people like bad people in real life? Like, am I signing like a bunch of criminals? Like, I feel like these guys are all worth keeping on your team. Like, I actually don't understand why they're getting released. That's very odd, but I mean, I'll take them. Make our organization just better overall. Like, there's just so many that are just chilling there. Yeah, I mean, like, absolutely we'll take all of these players. It's crazy. And we'll see if there's any sort of other veterans that are interesting. Not really. No one that we haven't already offered. So, I mean, I honestly kind of crazy. So I don't understand why all of those prospects are available. But I will certainly throw contracts at every single one of them if they are available. We already have the 6th best minor league system out of the major leagues. So we'll go ahead and play one more game here against the New York Yankees. So we are currently, 10-8, and we are on a bit of a winning streak. So we dominated the Boston Red Sox, so you'd love to see that. Ryan Pepiot is going to get his chance to not lose his starting spot in the rotation. So very interesting lineup we have today. Danny Jansen is up. We'll just let him get his chance at a bat. We really want both our catchers to be decent at batting at least. Dylan seems like he's going to be our main guy, but we definitely want to have both catchers that are pretty decent. So Ryan Pepiot is not looking like he wants to be a starting pitcher for our team. So he's already given up a run. He's already given up 3 hits, but that's going to be the extent of the damage for this first inning here. Chandler Simpson gets out. Parker Meadows gets out. And with a 3-1 count, he is going to ground out to third as well. So moving into the next inning, gets the first out, the second out, and the third out. So a lot quieter of a second inning for him. Marcus Strohm is going to give up a single here to Spencer, and that is going to start us out on a good note. Kyle Manzardo absolutely mashed in the last game, had a RBI single and a home run. I think it was a single, might have been a double, but strikes out there. Jung-Ho Lee is up, and he is going to hit what appears to be, no, it's not a triple. So Jung-Ho Lee gets out at second. We have a guy at third. I wish you could prevent that from happening because that happens so frequently where the trailing runner gets thrown out. I wish you could just get that option. Like sometimes you get that when they're on third to send them at home or not, but you never get that with first, which is kind of annoying. So Jazz gets on base. He steals second, and then it doesn't matter because Ryan Pepiot gives up a home run, and he gives up a second home run. So Ryan Pepio is, we're just going to let him just throw 5,000 pitches and just designate him for assignment. He's lost his starting rotation spot, but Christopher Morel is up, and we have a double. So 2 back-to-back hits. So our offense is starting to pick us up a little bit. A ground out, or actually a pop out here, I should say, but it is a sacrifice, so we do cut the lead down to 3. Parker Meadows is up, but he is going to pop out there. The guy is stuck there at second. Brandon Lowe is up, and he is going to get out there. So Ryan Pepio is up. He's given up 1 run, 0, and now 3. He does get the first out here, the second out, and does get the third out there. Spencer is up. He's going to start out the inning with a single. I believe his second hit today in almost the same exact spot, so you'll love to see that. Carl Manzardo is up, and he is going to ground out into a double play, so that takes away all that momentum from that. Jung-Ho Lee is going to get out here. Almost got up a base hit up the middle. Ryan Pepio is going to try to get through this inning. I suppose 4, like if he stops at that, but I'm going to jinx him here. Maybe I'm too harsh on him, but the 3 runs really just kind of put a stank in my mouth. Unfortunate for him. So Christopher Morel gets on. He's been doing a lot better now. He's getting on base a lot, which is nice. And it looks like it's going to be a fielder's choice. We got a guy in second with 2 outs. Chandler Simpson is up, and he's going to hit a home run. His first home run on the year. That's actually kind of crazy. So Chandler Simpson might be like an MVP type level player if he continues at this rate. Parker Meadows is going to hit a 2-out single here up the middle. You love to see it. He's going to steal second. He's going to steal third. Oh, he's too scared. But Brandon Lowe is going to hit him home. No, he doesn't. But we do cut the lead down to just 1. So Ryan Pepio, let's see if he can get through another inning. He's kind of just changing my mind. I was ready just to immediately release him after the game and just be done with him. But he's doing a little bit better here. All right, so he's at 89 pitches. He's in a bit of a jam. Sam Bachman actually has no stamina, which is unfortunate, so we won't be seeing him today, but we can bring in some of our middle relievers. So we can bring in Yancey and see if he's able to work out of this jam. He is, so he's able to get through that. He'll most likely pitch in the next inning as well. Spencer flies out for the first out of the inning. Kyler Manzardo is going to ground out for the second out of the inning. Jung-Ho Lee gets his first single for us, or I guess he's 1 for 2, so he's had 2 base hits today. So you love to see it. I think his speed is okay. So his speed's not too bad, but his stealing is not too good, so we're not going to risk trying to steal. Marcus Stroman is at 85 pitches, so hopefully we're able to get something good going this game. Oh, that was already 2 outs there. So not much happening for us, but Yancey's only thrown 3 pitches, so he's going to hopefully get through this inning quick and easily for us. He gives up a single. He gives up a second single. He gives up a 3-run home run. He's absolutely collapsing. So it looks like Yancey is just going to pitch the rest of the game for us. Oh, he gives up another home run. So you hate to see it. So he gives up 5 runs in an inning, and this might not be a win for us, so you hate to see it. Chandler Simpson, he gets out as well. And, well, we get a 2-out walk, I suppose. Or no, that's for them. Oh, my goodness. He's collapsing even more, but he's going to go through. I mean, he's going to throw the rest of this game. We're down 6 runs. Yep, especially at this point. He's done. So we've checked out of this game, which means that he's going to throw until his arm falls off. So, unfortunate for him. He's picked a bad time to pitch poorly, because now he's going to get demoted to AAA as well. He's going to pitch the next inning too. 18-3, so he's given up 14 runs. But you know what? We're not wasting our pitching. If you pitch poorly, you're going to finish out the game. It's kind of your punishment. We're going to punish your arm for being bad. So it's 20 runs. He's injured. Wow, I think he's just making that up. But you know what? That's fine. We bring in Garrett Clevenger again. He has no stamina either. See if he can get through this inning. So we're into our last chance. We need to get 17 runs down to our last out. We get a single. The comeback starts. Get a double. The comeback is starting. Oh, unfortunate for us. We couldn't come back 17 runs. So unfortunately for our mans, he is hurt. I don't really care though. He pitched poorly, so I don't have a soul when it comes to that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and not put him on the injured list. I thought oh. Yeah, we're going to waive him, designate him for assignment. And we're just going to bring up a pitcher from AAA. So Shane Bays has a 5 ERA. He's only pitched 1 game, but he pitched well in that game. Joe Rock is pitching okay. I think we kind of just bring up Joe Rock. Such a cool name, too. So Ryan Pepio actually didn't pitch too poorly. That was definitely all on Yancey. But unfortunately for that guy, he's no longer going to be a part of our team. All right, we're going to offer some of these guys. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh no, here's $1 million. Become a minor leaguer and shut the heck up. All right, he has so many contracts. So unfortunate for our team. I guess we won't figure out what our what his injury is for this game, but hopefully we do a little bit better than this game. That's not really a true 20-3 loss. I mean, we just kept our pitcher in just so we're not wasting important arms for our team. So it looks like we get out of the inning. So it looks like Shane is starting out this game a lot better. And we're starting out this game hitting a lot better for us as well. So you love to see that. So Max Fried has a 10 ERA this year. So that is kind of crazy. So Chandler Simpson is going to get some steals. Ooh, doesn't want to steal third yet. You know what? That's fine. Strikes out look, and we need him to just make contact. Like a 348 average, you should be able to get the ball in play. Spencer is up and strikes out looking. So apparently everyone's going to strike out looking. Except for Christopher Morel, one of our lowest average hitter. He's going to hit a base hit and score that run. I feel like Chandler Simpson has also scored a ton of runs as well. Let's look at his batting stats. Where can we see runs? So yeah, he's already scored 21 runs. He's had 28 hits and 21 runs scored. So if he gets a hit, well, I mean, if he gets on base, he scores a lot. But it also helps when he's always in scoring position because he gets so many steals. All right, so hopefully Shane is able to get us some good work this game. Really show us why he is the ace of our bullpen or of our starting rotation. Unfortunately, no hits that inning. Starts out with a hit there, gets the first out, the second out, and gets the third out there. Moving on to the bottom of the third. Parker's up. He gets out here. We get a single with Chandler Simpson, which we all know what's going to happen next. So they actually counts that as an infield hit, but he is stealing second. Let's see if he can steal third. He does. Swing away. He strikes out again. Like, that's actually frustrating. All he has to do is put the ball in play. Spencer is up and pops out. So Chandler gets all the way to third, and none of our guys can hit him in. Rather frustrating. But Chandler's up to 30 stolen bases on the year, which continues just to be an insane statistical, I would say an anomaly, but I guess with his running that high, it makes it so it's just a guaranteed steal every time that he is on base. Morel is up with a walk to start out the inning. Strikes out looking. He has 8 strikeouts already. Yeah, everyone is striking out. 9 strikeouts already. Put the ball in play. Manzardo is, oh, I guess that was a base hit. I thought that was going to be a throwing error. So I guess he gets the second as well. So that was a weird looking animation. Brian Rocchio, can he clutch up? He cannot. He puts the ball in play though. So I mean, that's really what we need Jonathan Aranda to do when he's second up and we get Chandler Simpson on. He's had, I think he's gotten a third twice with less than 2 outs, and all he's had to do is just put the ball in play. But Shane gets 2 outs here, and he's just continuing to deal today. So you love to see it. Parker gets out over 2 on the day. Chandler Simpson reaches on an error, which I will certainly take. So I guess it says an E4 on the second baseman, but he's going to steal second. See if he steals third. No, he doesn't. Jonathan, put the ball in play. How is Chandler Simpson not tagging up from that position? That is kind of annoying, but that's all right. Because Spencer is not going to do anything either, so it wouldn't have mattered. So he's up to 31 steals. I like how no one else besides Parker Meadow on our team has any steals so far, but Shane McCallahan is dealing today, so we love to see it. Does give up a double there. Does get 2 outs. See if he can get the 3rd out of the inning, and he does. So he works around that double there. Morel gets a single here. I am so glad that he is playing better. He is really solidifying our 3rd baseman spot all the way up to the 4th in the order. His average was as low as like 190 or 170, and now it's all the way up to 273. So we love to see it. Jung-Ho Lee, he is going to, I guess, hit a single. Kind of a weird animation there, but we'll certainly take that. So they brought in a new pitcher, and it looks like Dylan Dingler is up with a chance with 2 guys in scoring position. We're just going to let him swing away since bunting doesn't ever really work. And apparently he's just going to strike out there. Kylo Manzardo, he's unfortunately going to roll into a double play. So we are still up a run, but we are unfortunately not extending that at all. So I'm a little nervous that they're just going to randomly hit a home run. Shane McCallahan is at 83 pitches, but he does work through that 7th inning. So he's actually dealing today. That is, you love to see it. Parker Meadows has not had a hit today. Chandler Simpson gets on base. I'm pretty sure he's been on base every single time that he's been at bat. So you love to see it. Steals 2nd. Doesn't steal 3rd. Come on, Jonathan. Do something for me. And he does hit a base hit. Finally gets Chandler to score. So you love to see it. He clutched up for us. So Jonathan's at first with 2 outs. Spencer is up, but nothing happened in there. But we do extend our lead just slightly. So Shane McCallahan, we're going to see if he can work through this inning. He gives up a home run, but we're going to give him the chance to get through this 8th inning. He gives up another hit, misses the bunt, gives up another one. So unfortunately, he's not going to make it through this inning for us. We were kind of hoping that he would give him a chance to get through this whole game. An incomplete game, but unfortunately, he gives up a hit. And that's another base hit. The bases are loaded there. And we do get 2 outs. Let's see if we can get the 3rd. And we do. So gets out of a bases loaded jam. Love to see. So now in the bottom of the 8th, Christopher Morel is going to be the first out of the inning. Jung-Ho Lee gets a walk here. Dylan Dingler is up. And he is going to roll into a double play. So it is now the top of the 9th. We need to bring in our closer. 97% energy. He is ready to deal. He's ready to clutch this game for us. He gets the 2nd out, and he does get the 3rd out. So we love to see it. So really great performance for us, especially, I mean, compared to yesterday, our pitching did a lot better. Our offense didn't do a whole lot, but we didn't need a whole lot. So I guess Chandler Simpson, that's the first time he got 5 stolen bases in a game, which is still actually hilarious. But, I mean, if he gets on base, he's getting stolen bases. What is his total up to now? He is at 32 bases. He's on pace for 259, which does not seem correct. So let's see if we can find the league leaders in statistics. So I don't know. I don't generally look at like league leaders in that, but let's see if we can find that. Maybe it's not in history. This is the part where I'm bad at finding data. So, not here. Statistics. That's got to be it, right? So, batting leaders. So, let's see if we can find sortable stats. So, this is the page that we need. So, where are stolen bases? Stolen bases. Where are they? Oh, over here. So who's been caught stealing the most? Lourdes Garrell Jr. He's had 1 stolen base, 4 attempts. So he's been out 4 times, only has 1. I guess Chandler Simpson he's been caught 3 times, but when you have 32 stolen bases, he has 21 more stolen bases than Shohei Ohtani, who has 11, which is already a good amount. So Chandler Simpson is on a historical pace, which I wonder if that sort of like statistical thing, when it has so many, helps him become a better hitter, like if it puts him more on a hot streak. I don't know, but that's going to be it for this one. So we got some guys that are balling out. Hopefully our team continues to play well. We are 2 games over 500, so a little bit better than being 8-8. But that's it for this one. I'll talk to you on the next one. I hope you have a great day. Peace.